You're a first-time drummer watching my video. First off, congrats on wanting to play drums. I don't know how you found me, but let's have fun. Hi, I'm KJ. I've been playing drums for 20 years, overthinking music for even longer. But today, we're not overthinking drums at all. We are going to talk gear, which is one of my favorite topics ever, especially with new people. I get nerd about it, and hopefully they love it as much as I do. So, if you clicked on this, you might be interested in buying your first drum set. Congratulations. I would always recommend get acoustic. If you have to get an electric one, make sure it has mesh pads. That's all I'm going to say about electric kits. We're talking acoustics here. Cool? Bet. Let's go in order. First things first, let's get the prettiest part of the kit, the actual drums themselves. First kit I would always recommend to somebody looking to buy a drum set, Yamaha Stage Custom. It is kind of the Honda Civic of drum kits. Literally, you can buy a Yamaha Stage Custom, and every drum set you buy after that is a preference because that Stage Custom was just fine, and you could have gigged your entire life with a Yamaha Stage Custom. Trust me, I owned one. Honestly, great kits. It wasn't until I really discovered that I have preferences on like nitpicky little things that I decided to sell that and get something different. But Yamaha Stage Custom is one of the most amazing drum sets ever. After that, one that does tend to pop up on the used market a lot is called a Pearl Export. I would steer clear of the ones from the 80s, not because they're bad, but because a lot of times they have really, really deep drums. Top to bottom, they are just very deep, and sometimes they can be kind of hard to position, especially for smaller people. But a lot of times you can find those for $200, $300 on OfferUp or Facebook Market, wherever you want to get used drum kit. Pro exports are fantastic. If you're buying a drum set for a smaller person, I would recommend a Ludwig Breakbeat drum set by Questlove. It comes with a very small bass drum, pretty small toms, and a regular full-size snare drum. Because of those smaller drums, things can get a lot lower and a lot tighter for smaller people. I think buying a child a full-size drum set is very awesome. However, comfort plays a big factor into you progressing early on, in my opinion. So I would recommend getting something that fits them now, that they can eventually get something better. But that small kit, that Questlove Breakbeat kit, is still a great kit even when you are an older player. And if they ever start to gig and have to bring a drum set to someone's house to go practice in their garage or something, their back is gonna thank you for getting them a smaller drum set. After that, on a drum set, we've got our drums, they're looking pretty. Now we need something to put things on. So now we have hardware. Hardware is any of the silver parts that hold things up, okay? Biggest thing I would recommend out the gate, first time buying hardware, buy used hardware. Don't worry about getting the brand new ones unless you are finding them for dirt cheap on sale at your local music store or whatever. Get them used. Usually hardware is working just fine. It is the most Home Depot of everything that we play, in the sense that as long as things are screwing, nothing is stripped or anything like that, it's gonna work just fine. After that, we now have our hardware, we now have our drums, now we need the shiny things to hit. We need cymbals. Just like hardware, I'd recommend going used. You'll find a lot more high quality cymbals used at good prices than brand new right now. Cymbals are very expensive, and they get expensive fast, especially when you don't know what sounds you want exactly. You might get a cymbal, think you'll love it, and then a year later you don't like it, and the resale value on some cymbals, especially lower end ones, is complete trash. Of all three things, drums, hardware, and cymbals, the thing I think you need to spend the most money towards probably going to be your cymbals, only because you can't change the sound of a cymbal. Drums, we have drum heads, you can change the tuning of them, you muffle things. There's a lot you can do to the actual drums to change the sound or make them sound better. Cymbals, what you buy is what you get. There's not a lot you can do to a cymbal. I would say get something that is just above what people consider beginner level cymbals. If you want an easy way to know if something's going to be decent, anything that doesn't look grassy and kind of yellowish color, those ones aren't probably gonna sound too great. Couple cymbal packs that I would recommend are, there's a Dream Cymbals Ignition pack. I know that Zildjian makes an A custom pack. So we got our cymbals, you got your hardware, you got your drums. This is the secret one that nobody ever talks about, and it makes me mad. What are you gonna sit on? This is the one part of this entire drum set that we physically interact. We sit on our throne. Do not get a cheap throne. Your butt is going to be so sore in 20 minutes, and you won't want to sit at your drum set because it's not comfortable. If you want to play for long periods of time, you need to be comfortable. Get a good seat. Get something decent cushion, preferably spiral or hydraulic. Don't get one that's a post with the little holes in it. No, don't do posts. Posts are the devil, in my opinion. Playing on a bad drum throne is like trying to play basketball in dress shoes. Yeah, you can do it, but you're probably not going to do it for very long, and your body's not going to thank you for it. Honestly though, too, don't even fall into the trap thinking that you need a drum set to start drumming. Maybe you're watching this and you haven't fully bought a kit or have anything in mind, and maybe you can't get a kit. kit. Just go buy some drumsticks and a drum pad if you can. Or even then, just get drumsticks and get a cheap pillow from Goodwill. Practice on that. Honestly, practicing on a pillow is one of the best things you can do for your hand speed. And then when you do sit at a drum set, you'll realize how much easier it is to do a lot of stuff fast because you've been working on something that's resisting against you. When I first started drumming and I needed drumsticks, a kid in school actually stole wooden dowels from the art teacher's desk and gave them to me. Not ideal, but those were technically my first drumsticks. If you really want to play drums, you're gonna start playing drums. You'll figure it out. But when it comes to a drum set, this list that I just made should help you out quite a bit. If you need any more help, any questions, honestly, the drum community is one of the nicest communities I think in the music industry right now. We are very encouraging. I don't feel like we gatekeep to each other. We're very open about sharing ideas and our experiences with gear and our experiences with playing, and feel free to leave a comment down there. Maybe you'll help somebody out who doesn't know what they're doing, and maybe you're someone who doesn't know what they're doing and you'll meet someone who can help you out. Anyway, I'm KJ. It's been dope. Be nice to yourself. Go play something fun.